Okay, welcome everybody to the Emergent Festival, midway, halfway, end of sprint one, meeting, celebration. Great to see everybody here. And today we're going to be hosted by myself and Nkulu. First of all, I think also because there's not too many of us, I think we can have a very quick physical check-in rather than in the chat. So great if everyone could say where they are and how they're doing. I am on the coast of Kenya in a place called Kilifi, right on the beach. You might be able to hear the sound of the waves. I've been traveling loads in the last couple of weeks, really crazy busy, but now I'm into the relax phase after some quite stressful travel days. So feeling nice to get relaxed into the weekend. How about you, Charlie?
Hi, I'm in Glastonbury, not the festival, but the town. So a place of spiritual pilgrimage in the UK, I would say. And I'm okay. I've been having health problems for a few months, but I feel like I'm on slowly getting better, so that's good. And I will pass to Anton.
I'm in the south of Spain. The temperatures are pretty high at this time of year, so I feel like I'm melting. But other than that, I'm great. And I will pass it on to Maria.
Hello, can you hear me and see me? Okay.
Yes,
I did something. I did something that I don't know. I am fine. It's the end of the week and I have loads of things to do. I will be next week on annual leave, so I'm really looking forward to that week. Really feeling a bit tired. And yeah, I am in Maidstone, south east, the UK. The weather is good. It's cloudy, but it's warm, so it's good. And we need the rain, though. I will pass on to Amy.
Looking for the unmute button. I'm good. I'm really busy and having lots to do. And in this heat, obviously, nobody feels like doing anything. But I'm happy to be here, and it's good to touch base for this Midway Festival. So very excited to hear all the updates, and I pass to Alejandra.
Hello, sorry, I was having issues unmuting myself. Nice to be here. I'm in London, England, and I'm well. It's getting warmer, but still very pleasant and sunny. And Paul, I love Kilifi. I wish I was there. It's so beautiful. Yeah. So it's nice to be here, and I pass it to Vida.
Thank you, Alejandra. Yeah, I am okay. I am in the south coast of KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa. We're in a very beautiful space, kind of celebrating and also mutual aid in the friend that lived on communal land with other friends who'd passed away. So we're in that zone, but also very off-grid. So I'm struggling a bit with data and power. And so my request given is also if we can present our projects earlier will be really appreciated. I'm not sure how long I'll be able to stay. And I can pass to Nicola. Just come on camera.
Thank you, Vida. Greetings, colleagues. I'm calling you from South Africa in Johannesburg and Soweto. For today, things are great. Looking forward for spending this day and hear updates today from this place. Yes, this is our midterm. It is not simple to be here, but we thank God that we're here today. Thank you so much. I'll give it to Maria.
I was already.
I think Kakalazzo hasn't been yet.
Oh, I'll give you to Kikelizo. Thank you.
And I hope that everyone, well, that sounds like everybody's in a good place. I'm in South Africa. It's winter here, but it's pleasantly not too cold today. So I'm in a better mood. I hate cold, so it's not too bad now. Yeah, it's my first Emergent Festival, so I'm kind of looking forward to see how things get done. I will pass it on to Rory.
Good evening, everybody. I'm in the middle of Ireland, basking in the sunshine, another 28-degree Celsius day. As we've had about 3 weeks of this, no rain or little rain, but nothing of significance. So it's really nice, and things are starting not to slow down. So we're harvesting. It's pretty good at the moment. Anybody else who hasn't talked? No, that's about it. So back to whoever's running the show. Paul.
Thanks, Rory. Thanks, everybody. Great to hear about where you all are. And we are obviously here to talk about how we're getting on with our fabulous projects in the Emergent Festival. But just before we do, or in a kind of a way of doing it, as a way of a warm and to get our minds going, I was thinking about, how can we talk about what we're doing in a creative form? And as some of you might know, I studied creative writing at university many years ago, poetry being part of it. And I thought, well, what's the most permaculture of poems? And I've come to the conclusion it's the mighty haiku. And I don't know if any of you know haikus. I'm sure many of you have some experience of haikus. Haikus are really permaculture because they're about expressing in very concise and clear ways about something that's happening in the moment. Sometimes you're sitting looking out over the ocean, as I was earlier, or in your garden, and something very clear. And a lot of haikus are about, they're about nature. For example, the one I'm putting here: deep, vast ocean blue, mysteries beneath its waves, nature's hidden realm. So that's an example of a haiku. You might notice, if you're a syllable expert, that it's 5 syllables followed by 7 syllables followed by 5 syllables. And that's the simple rule of haikus: 5, 7, 5. And it can be used to really encapsulate a clear thought about nature, but it can also be used to encapsulate an insight into something that you're doing kind of in the moment. For example, I could say, here's one I prepared earlier: we are now halfway, emerging, building in teams, time to celebrate. That would also be a haiku. You can see 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. Or you may be feeling slightly different, something more around the rhymes of deadline approaching, better get working and quick, time to sprint, 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 which would be a more kind of stressful way of thinking about your project. So what I thought maybe you can try and have a think about, just take a minute or two, think about the project that you're working on for the Emergent Festival and how you feel about it. What's your moment of clarity? And see if you can, we'll allow, it doesn't have to be perfect. 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. See if you can write a haiku in the next minute or two and put them in the chat. Is everyone kind of clear on the grammar of the poem? Please use the examples. I'm going to try and think of one for mine, see how easy it is. Here's one from Anton, already finished. Permaculture tiles regenerating again. Deserts don't look good. Very nice. Oh, you're trying to want to go. So Vida's got one. Indigenously emerging together now, wondering what's next. Very good. Bonus points to Vida for getting one word, 5-syllable word. Very good. Time, Charlie, no, Charlie. Time for a meeting. Hilarity will ensue. What a funny team. Very good. Alejandra, ups and downs, waiting around between tech and hope. My syllables really not good. That's a very innovative and creative haiku. You've made your own one. And Amy's mission aims complete, a way to join and how to stay. Very good. And Rory says, we meet every month and work is progressing. Good team members too. Very nice. We meet it. Very good. Fantastic. And are there any more coming in or? Okay, so Maria's got one. So do actually try these when you're in your permaculture garden farm or just somewhere around nature. Take your little pen and pad and just focus on something and what comes to your mind, what's the clarity, and try and put it into a haiku. Very soothing. Or if you're feeling naughty, do a limerick. Okay, I think Maria's just I was thinking, is this going to be too complicated? But no, there's some really good ones there. So here we go. Maria, last and certainly not least, a map finds a new home, paths connecting, ready for the next step. Oh, I like that one. Very good. Very good. Yes. So I think many of those were very positive haikus. So that hopefully that means projects are progressing well. So let's find out. And just to say, obviously, in terms of the projects, we started, I think, with 7. Is that right, Amy? But now we're down to 5. 2 of which projects were withdrawn, and the any of the funds that go into that will be then rolled into next year's Emergent Festival. I think I'm right in saying, Amy. And is there any unfinished admin on that, Amy, that we need to tell everyone about? So I didn't check. No. Okay, great. But we do have 5 fabulous projects. We're going to start with, I'll put the order. I'm just going to change the order slightly because Vida might have some problems. So if you give me a second, we'll change the order around. Okay. So we're going to start with permaculture and policy. I'll put the order here so everyone can see. Hopefully that will work. Yes. So, and I believe, Vida, you're going to kick us off telling us, please, can you spend a few minutes telling us about, so first of all, remind us, please, what we're trying to achieve, what are the key outcomes and how you're doing on your path. If you've encountered any obstacles, and how does it look going forward? Is your, the map, how you're going to get to your objective, is it clear, understandable? Is everyone going in the same direction, or are there any disagreements? And do you have all the information that you need to get there? Okay, so I think you understand how to go through those questions in the way that you like. So Vida, tell us about Permaculture and Policy.
Hi, Paul. Can you just tell me if I'm audible?
You are perfectly audible.
Okay. And I'm going to make a request. Could I, because Keke and I are both presenting, could I present on Indigenous-Led and then you can present on Permaculture and Policy? Swap
Yeah.
those two?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Okay, would you like to jump in then?
Yeah, no, I'll present. Oh, I'm asking if I can present now because my battery is down.
Yes, sorry. So
Yeah.
you're presenting on Indigenous. Oh, sorry. Okay, I misunderstood. Yes. Okay, you start with Indigenous, then I'll change the order.
Amazing. Thanks for the yeah, please correct me if I go unaudible. So, how are we doing? It's been such a joy working with Keke and Ntsikelelo. The exploration of what does it mean to inhabit digital spaces in an Indigenous way has just been a really rich and deep discussion. And so we have 4 sessions planned, and the session maps are done. We are busy with is so the content for the sessions is kind of being mapped out.
Vida, I think we've lost you.
Mhm.
Can you hear us, Vida?
Maybe someone else wants to present this project instead, since she's lost connection. Ntsikelelo, you want to do it?
Okay. Maybe I'll do it once. Maybe that she comes, she will just come by, as we have 5 minutes or time. Indigenous-led permaculture. We have actually met some couple of times. We have met working actually on the plans to host seminars, as we have set into our proposal. One of the aims to host. So we have had 3 shows already that we have drafted down, and the first one we have drafted down, and we were actually looking forward for today when we get to this meeting. Also, we okay, yes, maybe when you're back, please come and jump in. But let me just say that we have worked in making sure that we are starting with our first event, and one of the I think we have I don't know, misunderstanding in terms of executing our plans of the mission, because Indigenous-led permaculture, our first show, it is to introduce the collab to people who are not the members of the CoLab, our circles in Africa, and people who learn to go. So after that, when people came and understood and fell in love with the project, how we presented it to them, then our plan, it was to then invite the welcome circle and tell the welcome circle, we have had this, and people are interested to join the CoLab with the mission to make the indigenous practitioners basically to find, to see and to know that there's collapse space. Not only we are not welcoming anyone, we are not planning to welcome anyone, but we are trying to navigate. So when people are trying to come, so that we can also try to navigate them to the welcoming circle. So that is where we were at, and that is where I think we start in terms of welcoming circle when it comes in, because the first show we were actually looking forward to just to explain the overview and maybe have some reps, but it was difficult. I don't know, maybe it's misunderstood communication or what. So that after we have invited our people, then we then go to another step of then the shows already. There is the document that we've worked with. Even yesterday we were busy working with. So, but maybe can you please try to jump in where I've I think those are only things that we are counting. We call it as obstacles in myself, and but we are as a team going to the same direction. We are leading them just in terms of communication with the product things. So I think Vida, can you please jump in where I left? Thank you.
I think you did beautifully in explaining where we're at. The content is coming together so beautifully. It's really like I've really enjoyed seeing the depth of that work and like the richness to it. And yeah, I mean, maybe I will reiterate in different words. The challenges have been that we have content that, obviously that's been what's, explained to the community, and our objectives and our working folders are all open, but we've now been asked to take that content to the welcome circle and other circles for consent. And that's kind of just creating a delay in the process, but I'm sure that will work itself out. So I think it's just that kind of like time pressure, but I guess that's maybe where Paul's haiku about the deadlines and stuff comes in. So that's where we're at.
Thank you so much, Paul. Over to you. I don't know if should I ask anyone if they have questions or have anything to say before we go to our next
Amy,
team.
yeah, and if anyone from the Welcome Circle, if there's anything about how that process can move along, Amy.
From the welcome circle, there is no response to our last message to say that the session should be cancelled. Before the session should not go ahead before the material is consented, and there is no response to that last message there. So if you could get back to us, then the easiest way to expedite this is to keep the communication going.
Okay.
Excellent.
Noted.
Thanks, Mkulu and Vida, for that. Is anyone else any thoughts, comments, questions on the first project? No? Okay. Let's move on to a project that I'm part of, but I think Vida's Keck is going to be talking about, which is permaculture and policy, the agroecology-permaculture interface.
Paul, before we people start talking, I would like to remind them that please take a note and grab a pen. Maybe if there's anything that you will be interested, open a text editor, try to catch, and maybe some information can be useful to you and your team, and opportunities for collaboration with or supporting other teams. Please note that. Back to you, Paul.
Very good. Thank you for that reminder. Keki, can you unmute and let us know about permaculture and policy and how we're doing?
Yeah, thank you so much, Paul. Permaculture and policy, I think we are doing very well. We're working well as a team. We've managed to do at least some of the initial milestones of defining the project, putting together, at least doing some research and putting in research from different countries, reducing the scope of what it is that we thought we'd be able to do, and really studying the various countries that we have chosen for the project. And I think more recently, we decided to add another country, which is much, much better, has much better policies around permaculture and how they're using it and their benefits, to see how that sort of compares to where we are in Africa, and what are the sort of things that we can do. So I think we are progressing well in terms of that research and the work that we're doing as a team. Personally, I find that working with the team is very constructive in the sense that we are able to feed off each other as we identify challenges. There's always someone who's got like a way to deal with those, and framing and discussions are open. And I think there's just a good team dynamic in terms of how we work together. recognizing and respecting each other's passions, abilities, and being able to use team resources very, very well. So I think this project is off to a good start, and I think in the short time we will be able to have we'll reach our midterm milestone, I think, so that we are able to then start writing the report. So I think we're doing pretty well. That's just my observation. Yeah, thank you. Don't know if there's any questions.
Just to add, thanks for that. I agree with everything you said there. I'm also in the team, and please, everyone, please do mention who else is in the team. So in our team, there's also Vida and Kate, the four of us. And one kind of observation, I guess, is some of the projects that we decide to do in the Emergent Festival, actually defining the scope beforehand can be difficult, because it's then when you have those first initial conversations, once the rubber hits the road, and then you realize there are so many different ways to go, and that you could really work on this for a whole year, and it could be a very extensive piece of work. So you have to find the right piece, and sometimes that takes a bit of time to piece together. And I suppose the advantage of that would be to try and get as much of that scope really sorted out kind of beforehand. But at the same time, obviously, it's normally those first meetings that happen after the project starts that we really kind of get into the proper conversation. So it's certainly been a really rich conversation, and I think there's work in this project that could go on and on beyond this Emergent Festival. So it have to be something to think about how we can kind of build on the initial piece of work that we do. Any other thoughts, questions, Amy?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm aware they take up space. Your topic falls within the research, education, training domain. So it would be really cool if you could bridge that into the circle work, so that we can help support it in the longer term, since the Emergent Festival is very short and not so well resourced. Have you thought already about this? Was there some discussion in the group about it?
Yeah, what I don't think we've got to is where's the right point in time, whether we present where we've got to at the end, in more detail than we would do it in the final meeting, and where we think we could have gone, have we had more time, or where others might want to take it, or et cetera, or whether we actually, the problem with actually bringing and consulting during the time that we're doing it is just simply we're burning through those hours when we have a meeting. Every time we have a meet, already I've had to say, guys, let's only have meetings when we absolutely have to, because we need to have as much time as possible for the writing of it. Although I think some of us will probably end up donating a bit of time into the project because everyone's really into it. So I think probably at the end of the project, we should have a kind of a longer meeting with the research team, to see if there's pieces we could hand over or things we might want to work on together. I think that's a really good idea. Okay, any other thoughts or questions? Actually, I mean, I will say, I don't think we have time to get into it now, but obviously, one of the things that's just come into the conversation is kind of uses of AI and research in those types of things, but I know the kind of CoLab policy is the wrong word, the way that is evolving, and there's been stuff that's been going around about that in separate things, which tools to use, how to declare things, and so we should all be aware and make sure that we are engaging with the digital circle around any AI use. It's not forbidden, but use has to be kind of described, explained, justified, and also the tools that we use, to run that through the digital circle, because there are, not all AI tools are the same. A lot of you guys know a lot more about this than I do, but not all AI tools are the same. So we need to think about, can we make the best use of them? The digital circle is a great place to go, and also great for the digital circle to know and understand what everyone's doing so it can make better decisions going forward. Great. So thanks for that, everyone in the permaculture and policy team. Let's move on to the third project, the Rehoming the Permaculture Map and connecting the movements. Who's going to be speaking on this? Was you, Maria?
Yeah, I can start, and feel free, Amy and Anton, to jump in and clarify anything that I don't mention or say that is not correct. So the title says exactly what the project is. It's about finding a new space for the global permaculture map that was created in a previous phase of that project. That has been done. And I think we are talking about the team. We are working quite well. I mean, the meetings we have are super productive and very short. We try to keep them very focused, very clear on what are the next steps, where we are going, what is missing. And I would like to say a really special recognition and credit to Anton's work, because this moving the map was mainly his job, and he has done it brilliantly, really quick. It is working. The page is working now. The map is working. It's looking, I think, really nice. And we have also contacted one organization, and we agreed. The idea is to contact several organizations, but we agreed that maybe starting slow and really take the time to have those conversations individually would be the best way to do it. So we started one conversation with the European Permaculture Network, and that was so far positive. So yes, there is some work to do, some things to follow up on. But yes, in general terms, the work done has been really good. We are ahead of the schedule in terms of what I guess is the aspect that we would like to work a bit more on is the budget, because so far the resources that we had for the project I understand we have used all of them. Thanks, Amy, for sharing the link to the map. And I don't know if it's a good idea to share the screen and show where the map is. Would that be helpful? Is there any time? And Amy, Anton, do you want to share anything in addition to what I have said?
No, only that we are essentially finished. We have achieved our objectives and we finished the budget. So now the maintenance of the map is going to go on the CoLab maintenance budget. And we will have to find other budgets to do the outreach part of the work. So if you have any good ideas, let us know how we can fund it. And in the meantime, we are doing that on a voluntary basis.
Anton, would you like to say anything?
No, I think you and Amy have said it all perfectly. We have contacted one organization. That conversation went well. We have arranged for further work to be done to actually get the data across. And it looks like it's going to happen. If it happens before the end of this project, then I'll be super happy, because that means we can actually federate data as we're supposed to.
Any questions?
And we can use it. The CoLab can use it to fundraise. That was the whole idea, that we can show permaculture on a global scale.
Well, there are many uses. Yes, fundraising is just one of them.
One of them. Yeah. That's it, I think.
Great. Does anyone have any ideas about how that could be funding could continue, or any other points or questions? I am certain, right? I just, as you said it in my head, I am certain that at some point several months ago, someone wrote to us or sent a message and was saying about how much they loved the map, and that was the reason they thought the CoLab was really good. I'm sure it was the map. And then I looked at that person and I realized that he was involved in funds of certain. Now I can't remember who that person is. I'll have to go back and see if I can remember who it was. But I'm sure had it been a good lead that Amy, you would have jumped straight on it. So maybe it was that. It was either the map or the database. It was what I think it was the map. But anyway, let me go back and look at it. Okay. So now we're on to number 4, project number 4, the Research, Education and Training Circle. Not sure who's going to be speaking on that
That's
one.
Rory.
Amy?
Rory for us.
Rory, sorry, Rory.
That's me, is it? Great. We're chugging along. We're a bit behind, but only nominally behind on the budget. We've created the webpage for the training circle. You can have a look at it. It's up there. It determines our aims and everything else. Really, there's not too much more to say. We're moving into the second phase, and that's where you'll hear a bit more about us as we start chasing research projects, as we start chasing training, as we make it known that we're there. And if you have a project that you've finished or it's close to finished, and we want to talk with you. Likewise with training. We're also setting up a peer review process for training. To give it, you'll get if you've got a course or whatever, we've got a peer review process we can take it through and give it a stamp at the end of it to say it's been reviewed. And ideally, it's not been agreed across the CoLab yet, but ideally that stamp would say this is a CoLab approved course and actually means something in the world. As far as the team goes, it's been meeting not regularly, but pretty we've met quite a lot. Communication is pretty straightforward. Yeah. Can you think of anything else, Amy?
We have one initiative that's being shared also on the newsletter, which is the research bank, basically a bank of research papers that people can access for free, and they can also add to that research paper bank. So projects that are looking for, let's say, data about the effectiveness of permaculture or any scientific backing, then they can easily look in this one place where people can also contribute to. And the peer review system has already been tested, and we have an accredited introduction to permaculture course of 10 hours, which I've been giving. And we will basically increase this. Rory has joined the MVA team as a peer reviewer on the e-learning team. So when we have the modules ready, that peer review will be tested with basically another peer reviewer. So by the end of this year, we should have at least 4 accredited peer-reviewed offerings, one that's done in a synchronous way, and 3 modules that are done through e-learning. So that's like 2 different prototype effects. Yeah, I think it's been going really well. Nothing to add there. I think we were only 1 meeting behind in terms of budget, so we will quickly catch up. All the meetings are already pre-scheduled. Everyone is really a pleasure to work with, and we're actually very excited to move on now to the next stages where we really get our teeth into the research work. And we already have planned some talks in the IPC online convergence. We have at least 1 talk that we're talking about, and maybe also a strategic conversation that we can host. So looking forward to those as well. Again, it's a circle with no funding. It will have to be incorporated into the fabric of our fundraising as we go going forward as a new circle. So we're also looking forward to that.
Did you have a question, Anton, or I saw a hand floating up?
No, it was not. It was not floating up. It was a clap of good work.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone has a question, perhaps anything that they need to say? Paul, back to you. It seems like everyone is fine.
Great, thanks. I was just reminded of a piece of research that I saw on LinkedIn in Bangladesh, I think Australia, Permaculture Australia sent. So I should then take that and then I should send it. What should I do with it, Amy? Sorry, just to remind everybody, if I see a piece of
On the our circle page, there are instructions. So if you open the circle page, you scroll down a little, and it says "Explore and contribute to permaculture research," and there are instructions there and links to this depository and the submission link where you can contribute to it. So
Great.
very straightforward. You don't have to be a CoLab member to do this as well.
Okay, so this time next week, I'll be personally checking each of your to see if you've submitted one piece of research. Otherwise,
That'd be great.
I'll be chasing you.
It's only as good as the
Myself.
people who contribute to it. So like everything in the CoLab, it is as good as we put energy into it. So the more energy goes into it, if you're already doing research in your other projects and you think, this bit of research is freely available there, so I'm not going to break any copyright by sharing it, then please do. And if it's behind a paywall and you would like to share it, you can also contact us. There's a contact form at the bottom. And many times I am in touch with researchers at universities, and usually the researcher themselves don't have a problem sending me a copy directly, so that I don't have to go to pay. So that's another way also that you can contribute towards it. And it's always good to make new contacts, right, at the universities, especially for universities that are doing research studies.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Okay, so let's move on to the last project, the Mapping Coherence and Audio Archive of Permaculture Convergences, which I guess is you, Charlie, is it? Or am I, is it?
Yeah, sure. So in this team, it's myself and Anton and Alejandra. And the aim of this team is to create 7 podcast episodes related to permaculture convergences. We've been splitting the work, so we all came up with the interview questions. Alejandra is the one reaching out to people and conducting the interviews. Anton is doing the editing. He also created an app for doing the audio recording. And I'm going to be putting the content up on the website and then doing the marketing through the various channels in the CoLab. Challenges, we had some tech challenges, but Anton's a tech superhero, so that was overcome. We've had challenges with Alejandra doing the interviews during the busy summer months, like people's schedules very busy. And I guess we're all going to be doing some volunteer hours, but that's okay. We've had the first interview already. The episode's been recorded and edited. There's a picture and a bio. I think just an intro needs to be added. And I believe that 3 should be recorded within the next couple of weeks. And then 3 more people that Alejandra's already made contact with. And then 1 more person still to find. Alejandra, maybe you want to say something about how the interview went? Add something?
Hello. Thank you, Charlie. That was a good report. While I was thinking, my Aiku was a bit sad because we were supposed to record the second episode today, but that my guest had a power cut, so we were not able to do the recording, but we're gonna do it next week, so it's all good. But the first one was a very nice conversation, and if I had had the Aiku exercise on that, it will be the happiest Aiku ever. I was really inspired all the week. And I love Charlie's Aiku because I have enjoyed very much working both with Charlie and Anton. Anton created this open source app that we are using, and it's been great. Thank you. I hope you will all enjoy the conversations and learning more about convergences, learning more about the birth of the CoLab and how they are interconnected. That's from me. Anton, would you like to talk about the app or anything?
I'm sure I can spend a minute talking about the app. So we needed to record high audio locally, which has not been compressed, tampered with, or in any other way maligned by any software in between. And such a software didn't really exist in the free software world in a way that was easy to use, was just a web page you go to and hit a button and it does everything. So I had to make it. So we have that now. It's deployed on record.digitalcircle.org. You can go there, hit the button, and it will make a recording. It's privacy enforcing, which means it doesn't share any of your data, doesn't keep any data. In fact, everything stays on your computer, and you save it to your computer as well. So it never leaves your computer unless you send it yourself. Yeah, well, that's that. It seems to have worked. Is that a question, Rory?
Yes, it is a question.
All right, please.
Is there an filter on the recording? Because I've noticed an awful lot of the recordings, not only in the PermaLab, but in permaculture in general, are interspersed with ums and ahs and all the rest of it. And it actually makes it very hard in some respects to follow the recording. And I think
the app does not do any filtering or post-processing whatsoever. It is aimed to capture the raw audio from the microphone in as high quality as possible, and then send it up to people like me who can then do editing on it and get rid of the ums and ahs and run it through a low-pass filter and a de-esser and a machine learning algorithm for noise reduction and all the other post-processing that we do before it gets out. But that is for us. The app is aimed to be simple and just to capture high quality audio in exactly the same way as it hits the microphone.
Yeah, but that's great. And before it goes up, it's made public, the ums and ahs will be removed.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
But that's a different phase. That's the next phase after that. That's the post-processing.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. I think that's going to be a great success then.
Thank you, Rory. And thank you, Anton, for sharing about the app. I'm very happy about the project, and I'm going to respond to Maria that she asked on the chat. What is the...
Is there a specific criteria for selecting interviewees?
Well, either people that was involved in the beginning of Permaculture UK and the first convergences, or people that have attended many convergences and are somehow connected with the CoLab. I'm still missing one interview, one guest, and I'm trying to find someone. I was hoping to find someone either in Latin America or West Asia or Asia. It will be really interesting. So if anybody has any suggestions, it will be great. Little pitch. Maria, it will be, that's wonderful. Could you put me in touch, Maria? And Amy?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask a question, not because I don't know the answer, but I think I've asked everyone else. So this work is within the domain of the Permaculture Convergence team. So, what are the plans to integrate this project after it's finished with the project, so that we can continue that or showcase it?
Well, my idea was obviously to use it for marketing purposes, and also leading to the IPC 16, build a bit of crescendo around why convergences exist, and also why we are doing the IPC 16 online, and why after the event is finished, how people can find a way to connect and develop projects and connection and deepen connections, joining the CoLab, the community space in the CoLab. Does that respond to the question?
Yes, and we'll publish it with the rest of the previous interviews we've done to Convergence Organizer, also on the Permaculture Convergence website, which is permacultureconvergence.org, if someone wants to link to that.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for the input, and thank you, Maria, for suggesting one guest. Yay!
Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Paul, I
Fantastic.
think, well, I think that was nice. I don't know if the team is finished, or do we have some inputs or questions aligned? Going once, going twice. Paul, I think now everyone is satisfied and we are happy to move on. Moving on to the reflections, because I think most teams have spoken up, and there is what we have learned as something that we are taking away. So I just, for this 10 minutes that we have also for reflections and reactions, I'm going to open up. It's an open mic. We're not going to pass anyone, but if you feel like you want to reflect or you have some reactions, over to you. Thank you. Please open your microphone. No, Charlie, I don't mean close your video. I mean open your microphone.
It's great to see all the work being done by everyone. Seems like everyone's pretty much on track. And yeah, really nice to hear the projects that people are putting together and hear from all the teams. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an open space, open mic. Anyone else?
This was really a great session. Thank you. Thank you for hosting, and thank you everyone who made the time to be here. I know it's mandatory, but it's really nice when people make the effort to show up.
Very true. Thank you so much for affirmation. Anthony, Keke, Rory, Maria, please, it's an open mic. Yes.
It's a lovely session, really nice to end the week with such a nice group of people sharing positive news, working really hard. Yeah, really pleased and privileged to be part of this group. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so
Echoing
much.
the same thing. It's great to see so many positive news, especially. Sounds like everybody's getting on great.
I'm actually going to just express mine, just to keep the theme, as a limerick that I just wrote then. There once was a great CoLab team that met up to show they were keen. Their emergence was great in its festival state, and their projects were gaining great steam. I think that's
Wow.
pretty much where we are. Thank you. I also do children's parties. Just before we check out, though, we should do some just reminders for the future. So we've come out of the first sprint. Now we're going into the second sprint. There's a few key dates. So the second sprint runs until, anybody? Top of their head? No? Fortunately, I checked October the 15th. On October the 15th, by noon on that day UTC. The projects will need to be finished and all the delivery and all the reporting completed. The artifacts in the folders and also the links to those submitted in the base row, I imagine, Amy, although I don't know that for certain, but I think that's probably right. So that all has to happen by October the 15th. If you're going to have any problems doing that, any challenges, obviously let us know in good time, not the day before, on the day. On that same day, October the 15th, from 5 to 6:30 UTC, and we'll be sending out a save the date for this, obviously. There will be the festival closing party and the celebration. So that's on the same day, October the 15th, 5 to 6:30 UTC. And then on November the 5th, that will be the final day for invoicing. So everything will need to be invoiced by then. I don't know if there's any additional notes on that, Amy. I mean, that's just it. You need to invoice by that date or you won't get paid. And just obviously the general reminders, please use the folders, make sure that everything goes into the folder so it can be found afterwards. Otherwise, we don't want great work that happens in the projects to be lost once it's finished. Obviously, remember to log your time. That's really important. Otherwise, it's very hard to calculate the burn rate. It will be very difficult to invoice properly. It's great to have that record. That's how we work transparently and openly, so that can be seen, viewed. So please do that. If you have any problems, any challenges, you're not sure how to do it, there are tutorials online. There is help if you need it from other team members and from our team. So please do reach out. Yeah, always ask if you want help in good time, and then you will definitely get it. Please don't ask us half an hour before things close. So that's, I think, everything. Has anyone else got anything they want to add? They want to jump in on?
I think Maria her hand was up. She wanted to say something. I just want to note that hand.
No, I didn't. Okay. I was just trying to clap.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Are you writing a limerick, Maria, in the background?
No, you are so good with words. I am rubbish. I can't.
You can do one in Spanish.
Oh, maybe I can try that. Yes.
Sorry, Amy. Yes, go ahead.
I'm something very boring from the financial admin here. If this is your first time submitting an invoice, there is a guide on how to do that in the GROW category. We will also remind you of where that is as we get closer to the date, but do not leave it to the last moment. If this is your first time, on October 15, you can already submit your invoice. Don't wait until November the 5th to do it, and then we have a ton of issues. Like, let's try and resolve those as soon as possible so the money can be with you as soon as we can. And logging the time on the lean time, very, very, very important.
Thank you. Anton, anything that you want to say?
Yes. Remember the 5th of November, the invoicing finishing date. I see no reason why the invoicing deadline should ever be forget.
Okay, Amy, you want to say something?
The ironic non-rhyme at the end. That is very, very digital circle. That is. I like that. That's great.
Wow.
Fantastic. This is good. I think we're going to be doing poetry from now on in all meetings. Fabulous. Just one question, Amy. Should this meeting be billed by everybody or not? I can't remember if this is a voluntary meeting or.
It depends on how your team agreements are within your own teams. So if you exceeded your budget and there's no money, you're volunteering. But if you have calculated in your budget, then not. But I think all hours should be billed on lean time, whether you're volunteering or not. You can click the billable or not billable from the drop down when you're logging them.
Okay.
Great. Okay. Thanks for that. Didn't do it in a rhyme, but we'll let you off. Brilliant. Okay, thanks everybody. I think we're bang on time, and I think most people have checked out. Has anyone got any final checkout? Rhyming couplet or not?
Maybe gratitude by voice. Yeah, I think gratitude by voice. Then we're gonna be out. We had one of the quickest events today. Thank you.
Thank you all. I have to go because the dogs are really needing to.
Okay, thanks
Bye.
everybody then.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.